Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at importing resources from Azure into Terraform, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, so let's go to the documentation first, and we'll go here and search key vault. So what we'll do is we'll create a key vault manually, and we'll import it. But before we do that, here's the documentation on how to create the key vault through Terraform. So first step we'll do is we'll create this manually in Azure, and we'll import that in. So let's see here, we'll go to our subscription, or actually our resource group. Then we'll create a resource inside of our resource group. We'll search for key vault. Okay, create that, and we'll name it KV. Now, a particular thing about key vaults is that their names can't be too long. I believe if it tells us here, does it tell us? Yeah, between 3 and 24 characters. So just be mindful of that. So let's go ahead and set it to East US, standard pricing, and we'll leave these as default. Next, sure, Azure role-based access, and networking, that works. We'll leave that default. We won't give it any tags. Okay, let's review and create. We'll wait for that to create. Once we have it, we have our key vault here. Key vaults are pretty neat. You can save all your secrets and necessary keys that you have in your application. This is now here, but it's not in our Terraform code. We'll import that. So in order to import, we go back to our main here, and we'll go to the bottom of the document, and we'll go back and take a look at our documentation, and it will kind of give you an example of what you need. Obviously the provider, and then the resource group, and it is using data config here to get some information on the tenant ID and object ID. So we'll grab that and place that down here. And we'll grab the resource that creates the key vault. Alright, so to import this, we don't technically need all of this information. We'll comment this out for now. Alright. So in order to import a resource, in most of the resources in the documentation, you'll have an import at the bottom. You can click this import button here to get to the bottom, or you can just scroll down here. So the import is just Terraform import, and then you have to tell it what resource that you're importing, and you have to give it the a name in your Terraform so that it can save it as that resource name particularly to your Terraform, and you give it the resource ID. So since we have our key vault, we have a resource ID, and we'll go grab that from there. So we'll just copy this and we'll put it to the side, and what we'll do is, actually let's open up our notepad, just place that in there, keep doing that, and we'll go grab the ID of the key vault. So we go here, you can grab, there's two ways you can grab this. You can grab it from the JSON view here, it's right up here, or you could go to the properties, you could grab it from here as well. All right, so once we have that, let's replace this example. All right, and we'll name this KV. Now this is local to Terraform, just so it knows which resource to track and which resource is which. You could have multiple key vaults, but you would have to name this differently, as I mentioned in my previous videos. So let's go ahead and import that. Hit enter. Now it's going to say that before importing this resource, please create its configuration in the root module. This is important because when you have a Terraform that's longer than this and has multiple files, TF files, and you have modules and so forth you're referencing in the main file, you just got to remember that your main file that's at the top level is where you want to do this, at the root module. So it's just basically saying I need something there so I can import this. So we do have the entire block there, but we'll just put this here for now. I find that even if you don't write anything here, it should be able to import it just with this. So let's test that. Oh, I forgot to save it. All right, let's try that. And it'll take a couple seconds to run, and you'll see a message that says successfully imported if it works. There we go. So it was successfully imported, and I just want to point out to you that if we go to our TF state file, hey, if you're still watching and you like the content, make sure you hit subscribe, and also comment below which programming language you like the most, or which one you prefer using over others. Would be interested to hear what people like. Me personally, I like C# and I like Python and obviously Terraform, but for scripting and coding I would say C# and Python is one of my two favorites. And we search key vault, now it's there, and it has all the information it needs to keep track of it. But in order for us to continue to manage it properly, we can't just use this. We need to use the entire block here. So let's uncomment that, and I had named it KV, I believe. Yep. And so let's see, name of the key vault, and that's the name that you have in Azure already, so you want to give it this name. We'll grab that, and then resource group, and this is similar to our other resources here where we had our resource group, and you have the location and the name of the resource group, right? So let's grab that. -vm -dev. All right, so now those are satisfied. All right, let's save that. All right, let's do a plan, and we'll put it out to a file. I'll just put today's date, 5/14. Hit enter. Okay, so we'll wait for the plan to finish. All right, so the plan finished. Let's take a look at the plan. Let's go ahead and hit this. And if you remember, this is an extension I'm using. The extension is called ANSI Colors. That allows you to look at your output in a file with all of the color-coded symbols here. So let's see, what does it want to do? It wants to add 0, 1 to change, and 0 to destroy. So what does it want to do? It wants to change the policy, access policy, or just add it. I guess it didn't have it when we created it. And let's see, we had this enabled. It's just going to turn it to off, and enable disk encryption, false to true, because we're turning it on. And we're going from 90 days to 7 days, which we don't have to. We can update that, change it to 90 here, save that. And if you run the plan again, you'll see those changes. All right, here's the new plan. And so it's set to 90. It knows it's at 90 in the state file because we imported it. So it's not complaining about that anymore. And enable disk encryption here. We have it set to true, but it's false. So we can change that to false. This is in case you don't want to change stuff. You just, change it back to what it was in the cloud, how you set it up. And we can run the plan again. All right, let's see. So that's gone. All right, so let's go ahead and apply these changes. And we'll change this plan to apply. Hit enter. And it will do the plan again, obviously, and wait for you to accept. Alright, so same changes. It's just going to show you down here in the terminal. And so we'll go ahead and accept that. And hit yes, and we'll let that run. Alright, so that was quick. It made the changes in the cloud as well as our state file. So now we've imported a resource that wasn't tracked by Terraform, and we were able to modify it as well. And now that we have it in our Terraform, we're going to be able to go ahead and modify it, manage it a lot easier going forward. So trust me, you will run into situations where you will have to import resources. So this is important to learn. If you take some time to practice importing resources by just doing what I did, going in and creating a resource group, creating some resources, and importing them into a Terraform document and state file. That'll help you in the long run. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.